Previously on Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099, after dealing with the Marvel zombies, an old, ancient creature has emerged from the coffin and Miguel is confronted by the vampire's leader, the Dracula. The moon is under attack, so to save it, Miguel, with his new spider armor, leaves the Earth to save Moon and its protector, Moon Knight, from the tomb of Dracula. Welcome to Comicstube YouTube channel. In today's video, we will review Chapter 2 of Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099. You can get the previous part on this playlist. So if you guys are new here, please subscribe and turn on all the notifications to never miss any future uploads. Please like, comment and share. All the text and images are owned by its respected company. You can support them by purchasing it digitally or from any offline stores. The issue opens up in this space, where Miguel O'Hara, with his new spider armor, has arrived inside a satellite. He has received an alert, a breach at Moon Knight's crate, and Miguel is the only emergency contact of Khonshu. And the problem is, there is no teleport signal from the crate. So Miguel puts himself under the Hawk's nest that can send him at the moon's surface. So like a loaded cannon, it aims Miguel towards the moon and it fires him into the space. And soon he lands on the moon's surface, and it seems Miguel is on his own. Lila is uploading herself back on Earth. So there is no one here who can help Miguel. It is just him, the voice in his mind, and a haunted tomb of the moon. But Miguel realizes something is off. This place hasn't been looted. There wasn't a raid. It is more like a tantrum. And then he sees the mummified body of Khonshu, the Moon Knight. As in this universe, Khonshu himself has become the new Moon Knight. Rather than having a living host, Khonshu chooses to keep his previous host's dead body and turn himself into the Moon Knight. And as Miguel approaches him to check him up, Khonshu warns him he is still here. And from the back, Miguel sees in horror the tomb of Dracula. And before Miguel can attack, Dracula smashes his head into a wall. Miguel gets shocked as he knows Dracula died years ago at the vampire city Terra Rubra. So Dracula replies, a new age, a new world, and still a spider to doubt his nature. He has drunk the blood of gods. Death has a little meaning to him. But once he reaches Earth, humanity will suffer. But what Miguel knows is that Dracula died a hero, and he gets confused that why the creature suddenly changed his nature and trying to destroy humanity. So Dracula says the vampire capital, Terra Rubra, was struck by a solar attack. In a matter of seconds, night became day. He defended his people with all he had. Shunting the blast left him scorched. Humans cannot survive 6-degree burns. But that day, the vampires were tortured by a 7th degree, deeper than bone to the soul. A few vamps that he had saved loaded his flesh into a coffin and threw it at the surface of moon to heal their master. He slept while his vampire nation went unavenged. But now, this will about to change. His people owned a river of blood, and once he reaches Earth, he will fill the river with every single human's blood and avenge his people's death. So that is why he forced Khonshu to call for help just to get a free ride, as Dracula doesn't know how the moon script work. As a result, the fight begins between Spider-Man 2099 versus Dracula. So Miguel wastes no time in springing into action. He shoots a web at Dracula, aiming to immobilize the ancient creature. But to his surprise, the webs aren't make an impact on the supernatural being, and Dracula summons a burst of electricity and shocks Miguel. But as he about to bite him, Miguel quickly reacts and scratches Dracula into the face. Feeling the pressure, Dracula then uses his next move. With a chilling howl, he transforms himself into a giant bat and he jumps on Miguel to bite him. But Dracula underestimates him. Miguel grabs the bat, lifts him up into the air and slams him hard into the ground. That makes a hole and it leads Miguel into an old crate. And while he was looking for Drac, Miguel is attacked by a swarm of rats. And as they begin to attack him, Dracula emerges from the ground, grabs Miguel by the neck and slams him into the ground. And with a full force, he throws Miguel into the space. And then the alerts begin. Moon crypt breached, oxygen quarantine. And as it begins to count down, Miguel quickly throws his web and is able to pull him inside the crate before the door gets closed. The fight comes to an end Dracula overpowers Miguel. He tears off his mask and Drac is angry. The humankind ruined his nation. They rain down the sun, burn down all of his children, their schools into ashes, and Drac is pissed that Spider-Man is defending them. So he tells Miguel he has no choice but to take it what he needs. He will savage Spider-Man's mind and then control him to destroy the humanity. But he will not drink him dry. Spider will live a version of life without the control of his own body. He will see everything but be unable to act. He will watch helplessly as Dracula raise the earth. But suddenly, Miguel smiles and reminds Dracula the vampires aren't the only ones who bite. And by using his sharp fang, Miguel bites Dracula in the neck and tears off a chunk of flesh. And while he is bleeding out, Miguel tells him he knows everything about vampires. They study their culture in school, and his bite won't kill him, but it will shut him up long enough to listen. So Miguel continues. Time changes. Terra Rubra's attackers were convicted of that genocide. The humans took their city, but in return, they gave vampires their own world. Cynthia Food developed a new treatment that turns water to blood, and the vampire's free nation is now living on a large ship with his revived daughter Lilith as its captain. So vampires aren't extinct, they have moved on. But not every vampires followed her to her ship. Those who stayed on Earth followed the laws. Who don't, they face the consequences. So Miguel gives Dracula two choices. Either join his daughter to that ship and rule the vampire nation, or come to Earth where he will be hunted by people who don't take kindly to undying butchers, starting with him. In the end, Dracula agreed to seek his people. Miguel gave him a sheep and warned him to never come back. Later, Miguel helped Moon Knight, who was too weak to stand. But Miguel knows once she is come out of her sarcophagus, she will be back in one piece. And by using the Crypt's teleport, Miguel arrives home and he visits the Terra Rubra colony. He stands in front of the Dracula statue. He knows Drac was evil, a monster, but he is a national hero among the vampires, just like Spider-Man is, and he would do exactly the same what Dracula did to avenge his people. In the end, they are no different. But the danger is still remain, as now Spider-Man 2099 will get confronted by Werewolf. And with that, the chapter 2 of Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099 comes to a close. So which part you like the most? Please share them on the comment section down below. And please like this video and do subscribe, as this will motivate me to make more contents. Thank you so much for watching. Everyone stay safe and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.